Hello, and welcome to the Clinical Audit Awareness Week 2025. My name is Margaret McCabe-Rees, Clinical Audit Facilitator at the HSE National Centre for Clinical Audit, the NCCA. We're delighted to start the week by introducing ourselves and sharing this year's theme and highlighting some of the work and events we're most excited about. The NCCA was established following the HSE 2019 National Review of Clinical Audit and sits within quality and patient safety. Our purpose is to strengthen governance, build capacity, and support best practice in clinical audit across the health service, and our work is aligned with the HSE patient safety strategy. We work across 5 strategic pillars, namely national governance of clinical audit, local governance of clinical audit resources, education and training, and legislative issues affecting clinical audit. We also commission national clinical audits in collaboration with service providers such as NOCA, RCPI, MPEC and OCAR. Clinical Audit Awareness Week is a national celebration of the role clinical audit plays in improving care quality and patient safety. It's about showcasing the great work being done in clinical audit across the country and to recognise the people making it happen. This year's theme, Clinical Audit, Humans and AI Smarter Together, highlights the growing partnership between people and technology in the design, analysis and impact of clinical audit. We kicked things off last Tuesday with our QPS Talk Time session, where we were joined by Mr. Kevin Kelly from the HSE AI and Automation Centre of Excellence, who explored AI deployment across the HSE. We were also privileged to hear from Professor James Theo, Professor in Neurology and Joint Director of Data Science and AI at King's College Hospital and Guy's and St Thomas's NHS Foundation Trust. His talk on using language AI for audit, analytics and research was a real eye-opener. If you missed the session, it's available on the NQPS website along with all the other QPS talk times. Yesterday was a bank holiday, so we celebrated online with some social media posts. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're running the Clinical Audit Clinic, Your Questions Answered. This interactive webinar is open to all and will focus on the 7 stages of clinical audit, ideal whether you're new to audit or looking to sharpen your approach. Be sure to register if you haven't already. Thursday, join us for our lightning talks, where national clinical audit leads will share short, high-impact updates on current audits and future directions. And finally, Friday, we hand the spotlight to local audit presenters. This session highlights excellent audits carried out at local level, bringing national learning to life in frontline care. I'll now hand over to my colleague Alison, who will outline some of the helpful resources NCCA have to offer.
Thanks, Margaret. So, hi, I'm Alison Dwyer, and I'm also Clinical Audit Facilitator here at the NCCA. And as Margaret said, we're delighted to be celebrating Clinical Audit Awareness Week 2025 with all of you. It's a chance to connect, to learn, and to recognise the power of clinical audit, led by people, supported by technology, and focused always on safer care. We want to highlight some key resources released this year. We're delighted to offer a new national clinical audit portal. This has been developed in partnership with Healthcare Informed. It is a searchable hub and it includes policy documents, validated tools, report templates, national and local clinical audit reports, and more. And the hub is linked on our webpage. We've recently published a new updated edition of the Clinical Audit Practical Guide with new content on data protection and the Patient Safety Act. We've also released a revised nomenclature, a glossary of terms for clinical audit to support clarity and consistency in clinical audit practice. We've also grown our education and training program in partnership with CASC. We have an e-learning module on the fundamentals of clinical audit. We also have virtual training for fundamentals in clinical audit and advanced training in clinical audit, and all bookings are via HSE Land. And we have our popular audit action hours. These are 1-hour webinars focused on key practical issues like sampling, data collection, and how to publish your clinical audit. Finally, we're delighted to announce the re-establishment of ICANN, or the Irish Clinical Audit Network, and this network brings together clinical audit professionals, QPS teams, and healthcare staff working on clinical audit across services. It is a space for connection, learning, peer support, and shared problem solving. If you would like to be part of ICANN, or if you have any queries about any of the resources we've spoken about, you can contact us here by emailing ncca@hse.ie. And finally, from everyone here at the NCCA, thank you for joining us this Clinical Audit Awareness Week 2025.